Last month, I went to Moab, Utah, and in the very first clip I recorded while I was down there, I said this. To be honest, I haven't wheeled since we put the Chevy 63s in, or the standalone ECU, so it's kind of a shakedown run at the same time. And you know what happens on shakedown runs? You find problems. And in my case, I had nothing but problems. Brought to you in part by Alpine Toyota. It is a beautiful Sunday morning here, except for we have a huge problem with the truck. Well, not huge, but when I went to go start it, to head out on our day today, I noticed fuel cooling up underneath the truck. Open the hood, notice a fuel injector just pissing fuel over the place. So I tried to tighten down the rail. It is tight, so the seals must have gone bad, which is weird because they're brand new seals, but I can't drive it. I can't risk moving this thing around because it is just pouring fuel out of it. Oh yeah, there's mist. And because we're supposed to be switching camps this day, we decided to load up the Toyota on the tow rig and just fix it at the new camp. But then, of course, this happened. On our way into Moab, well, we blew a tire. I guess it's just not our day. Luckily, we did bring a spare, so we're not completely screwed, but let's swap this out. Look at that!
Look at that.
Alright, so we changed camps, as you guys know, because we blew the tire on our trailer on our way here. And now it's time to finally fix the Toyota before we can, relax tonight and maybe drink some beers. Okay. Bring this. Is this? It's this one here that's leaking. So, we'll replace the seals on it, send her back in, and hopefully, no more leak. Okay, so I found the issue. If you look at the top of this seal here, it's all warped and looks like it was pinched there. So, yeah, that's got to be it because I noticed it was leaking from the top of this injector. So if I replace that, we should be good to go. All right, and with that done, we are officially ready to go wheeling again tomorrow. Okay, so we're done picking up trash for the day, and now we're heading out onto Hell's Revenge Trail. Alright, well, we're having a heck of a time this trip, obviously. The truck keeps dying. It keeps popping the standalone ECU fuse. I don't know why. We're trying to figure it out, but yeah, I don't know. It's annoying. We'll figure it out maybe. I'm not gonna lie, we're defeated. We've blown probably 5 or 6 fuses. And for our safety, so we don't like lose engine power at a super inconvenient spot on an obstacle and roll back or I don't know, anything like that, we've separated from the group. We are heading back to camp.
This wind is atrocious.
Yeah, that's why I'm waiting. But I got everything out that I wanted to say anyways.
Yeah.
And as you can tell in that last clip, I was clearly frustrated. And it's not even an exaggeration to say that I went through 15 fuses this day. And on the trail, I just could not figure out what the heck was going on. And after checking out my wiring and all the grounds and making sure everything looked good, the only running theory I had was possibly my throttle position sensor. And the way I got to that conclusion is because the very first day that we were out, I had 0 issues whatsoever, and the only thing that has changed from there to when we were out in Hell's Revenge is when I did the leaking fuel injector, when I fixed it. And when I fixed that, I actually adjusted the idle position because it was idling way too high. I actually took it down that night. And then yeah, the next day, these issues became present. And with that being my theory, I turned the idle position back up a little bit to where it was before. And yeah, we went wheeling on Poison Spider Mesa. Turns out it was, in fact, blown up berth. Well, not entirely blown up. The cage on the inside was completely cracked and falling apart, and that was more than likely my culprit. So Justin happened to have a complete berth field with axle shaft that I've tossed in there, it looks like it should be good to go, and yeah. Ultimately, my theory on the throttle position sensor causing that fuse to blow was debunked. The issue came back even with the idle, brought back up to where it was on the very first day. Which is why you might have noticed in the Poison Spider video, we didn't follow it all the way through, we ended up turning back. Anyways guys, thank you for watching this week's episode of Dirt Garage, and I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you stay tuned for next week's episode of Dirt Garage because I do a deep dive trying to figure out what the heck is blowing the fuse in my standalone ECU harness. And I address a few other issues that I found with this truck after Moab. Anyways guys, if you could do me a huge favor and smash that thumbs up button, and hey, consider subscribing. I upload weekly Toyota building, wheeling, and off-roading content. Anyways, I'll see you next week. Peace.
Let's go. I'ma make a couple stacks, do exactly what I want to. Mix a couple tracks, get a lady that I'm drawn to. Turn up to the max, get it faded till I'm gone, dude. I do what I want, couldn't stop me if you wanted to. I just work hard, yeah, harder than the rest. Some people say I'm lucky, others saying that I'm